Hey guys! Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to another episode. I can understand how difficult it is to date, just like as a single person, let alone being a single Christian person. It just narrows it down even more. I want to talk about it because I feel like a lot of Christian single people can relate in some sort of way, and I think a lot of people are also keeping faith and staying strong and constantly working on themselves. So I guess I want to share like some of my personal advice and the sort of things that I practice myself. I like to practice what I preach, and just want to give some disclaimers before I start. So I'm definitely not a professional life coach or like dating love coach or anything like that. I'm not a psychologist or a therapist. This is literally just me sharing my own experiences and my own advice. And also, I have recently read this book, The Meaning of Marriage, written by Timothy Keller, and some part written by his partner, his wife, Kathy Keller. They are both Christians. He is a Christian author. This is the book that Justin Bieber reads. I just really want to quickly touch on that. Not that I think anyone should take marriage advice from Justin, but then again, I don't know. I saw this online by a lot of Christian YouTubers that's also suggested this book, and I finished reading it myself. So I guess I'll be kind of extracting some words of wisdom that I found in this book that I think would be useful to share with you guys. And I also recommend reading this book if you haven't already. It's pretty good. It's a really great and easy read. 10 out of 10 would recommend. This video is for Christian people. If you are not Christian and you stumbled across this video, this is not to convert you. This is not to push my beliefs on you. This is me sharing my opinions with my Christian followers and subscribers, okay? So now that the disclaimers are out and we filtered out all the Karens, I like to ground us a little bit before we elevate each other. So I would say the first one, not to romanticize. There's a lot of Christian dating coaches that I've seen online that I think that people should steer away from, because they are technically not wrong in the words that they say. It's really uplifting and really sweet, but it's really heavily romanticizing that ideal Christian partner. Some Christian influencers like to, I guess, sell this idea and also romanticize on the idea that there's this perfect partner that you're going to just find one day. They're just going to magically pop up in your life, and they are going to pray with you every single day and make you into the perfect person and absolutely take care of you for the rest of your life. And you are just in awe of them, and you just want to pray with them and love them, and they are heaven sent and God sent, and everything's just perfect. There's like this huge culture of romanticizing that, and I think that is so dangerous because that is so unrealistic. And I think we're setting a really high expectation of what a Christian marriage or relationship is supposed to be like the perfect relationship. And I think just because someone is Christian and they're also doing the work to better themselves, it doesn't mean that the relationship is going to be perfect. There will always be flaws in people because we are fundamentally all flawed and we are all sinners, right? So I want to pop that bubble for everyone watching, and we are not going to find the one, but we will hopefully find someone that we can build that relationship with, and they will become the one. You know what I mean? It's like shaping that. And also, being single is not a sin. Being single is not wrong. And I think going off that, I just really want to read a passage from this book that highlights it. The Christian church in the West, unfortunately, does not seem to have maintained its grasp on the goodness of singleness. Instead, it has labeled it Plan B for the Christian life. Paige Benton Brown, in her classic article, Singled Out by God for Good, lists a number of common ways that Christian churches try to explain singleness. As soon as you're satisfied with God alone, He'll bring someone special into your life, as though God's blessings are ever earned by our contentment. You're just being too picky, as though God is frustrated by our fickle whims and needs broader parameters in which to work. As a single, you can commit yourself wholeheartedly to the Lord's work, as though God requires emotional martyrs to do His work, of which marriage must be no part. Before you can marry someone wonderful, the Lord has to make you someone wonderful, as though God grants marriage as a second blessing to the satisfactorily sanctified. So beneath all these statements is the premise that single life is a state of deprivation for people who are not yet fully formed enough for marriage. Brown responds along the lines of Paul's 1 Corinthian passage, I am not single because I am too spiritually unable to possibly deserve a husband, nor because I am too spiritually mature to possibly need one. I am single because God is so abundantly good to me, because this is his best for me. Christianity affirmed the goodness of single life as no other faith of worldview ever has. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Like I was saying in the beginning, being single is not a plan B. Like, it's really freaking not. Being single is something to be enjoyed, to be loved at this current moment. Advice and tip number 2, this is like when you go on dates, right? It's like, tell people what you're looking for. I think a lot of people tend to be afraid. I think back in the days, people were so afraid of being vulnerable and intimate. They will say, I don't know what I'm looking for. Let's just hang around and suss things out. And then it was the culture of situationships and hookup culture. And then people started to understand, oh, that wasn't making me happy. And then it led to like women and men started to be more brave in wanting a relationship and a long-term relationship, but people are still holding back from saying marriage. Like, I know damn well that a lot of my single female friends want a marriage, but they are just so afraid to say that because they're like, oh, what if I come across as too much? What if I push that person away? I don't think you're pushing someone away if you're saying, hey, I want to get to know you, but my end goal is I want marriage, not explicitly with you. You have to make that very specific to them. Obviously, you're not going to say, I want to marry you. But I think we should tell people, I am looking for marriage. I think if people don't want that, then I guess you're filtering out the frauds, filtering out the not important players, okay? I believe that men or women, we are all so sacred that our body belongs to that one person that wants to have like a future and a really good marriage with us. It's not just to anyone that wants to try it out. You're not a freaking Netflix plan. You don't just get trialed out. The third tip and advice is lead into dating as if it was a friendship. This is so good. This is so underrated. A lot of people make the mistake of going into dating. You need to find sexual attraction. Like, if there's no sexual attraction or a buzz on the first date, it's like, no. If you were not attracted to someone and they are absolutely not your type, no freaking way, like, you know, you're not on the same level. No one is forcing you to continue that. But I'm just saying, like, if this person seems okay and decent, right, and they are within your standard, they are, you know, a decent person as well, and you guys kind of fit, right, they're on the same level as you in terms of whatever, then I think it would be right to give them a chance. I see a lot of people cut out the person that actually seems like that they can grow a friendship with. Like, think about how fun it is to go on a cute little date with your girlfriends, like girl and girl, right? Or like boy and boy. Like, think about how cute and fun it is and how lighthearted it is. And you can tell little secrets to each other, do little cute dates and plans, and you know, it's just like no pressure, and you're like, okay, I want to go home now, and there's like no pressure. Think about how fun that would be with the opposite sex, like with your future partner, someone that you can be a friend with, because you need to live with that person for the rest of your freaking life. Hopefully, pray for the best that there's no divorce or anything like that. But if you can't even be friends with them and it's purely based from sexual attraction, do you know how dangerous that is? Because it fades. Sexual attraction goes like this because of our mood, our hormones, time of the month. Like, if we're finding someone just purely based on attraction and that sexual urge, it's so wrong. And I think that's why a lot of relationships also fail. You see modern day dating, it's literally history repeats itself. So I think finding that stability, that friendship, building upon that, and then letting the attraction grow, letting it build up slowly through time, and it solidifies. And it's also unbreakable too. Like, if you build that foundation so strong, and there's not only attachment, but there's genuine love and respect and appreciation and time as well. That's so beautiful. And you get to see someone for exactly who they are. You're not driven by like this giggity, exciting feeling that's actually quite of an illusion. So yeah, don't look for attraction and sexual urges. Look for a friend. Oh my gosh, this is actually one of my favorite ones. And I'm not kidding when I say that it's literally quite life-changing. I've had a few successful men in my life tell me the same advice, and I finally started doing it. I've started doing it like a few months ago, and it's helped me so much already. So it's like, whenever you're about to do something or go somewhere, always pause and count from 1 to 10 or 1 to 30. I like to do 30 seconds. For example, I'm going to the shops to get groceries and then I parked my car. Most people would just grab their bag, turn off the car, check everything, and then open the car and then grab the bag and leave and then lock the door. You know what I mean? But there's a step to that. It's like you park the car, obviously, turn everything off, make sure you park safely, and then you count. And then you look around. You're like 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe, 5, 6, 30. And then you take your stuff and get out of the car. Same thing for when you come back. You put your groceries back in the car, you sit in the car, you count to 10 or 15 or 30. And you can do that before you leave the house. You don't have to do it in your car, obviously. You can do it before you leave your house. You can do it like before headed to a date. You can do it before you eat. You can do it after you eat. You can literally do it whenever you want, but do it like a few times a day. Game changer. Literally, no one has ever, do this for a month, every day for a month, and come back and comment, thank you, Wei. It is the most life-changing thing because when I started to do that, everything feels calmer. I can speak calmer, I can think more clearly, and I'm breathing and I'm noticing everyone in front of me and I'm noticing the environment and I can think so clearly and I'm really focusing and I'm really able to slow down and be in the present. It's a life changer. It's honestly helped me so much with mental clarity. This tip and this advice, number 5, is literally something that I have seen in every single successful couple, no doubt. Every married couple that I know that's doing really well in their relationship, they've all said the same thing of how they started the relationship. And this is one that's not common in Western dating. So I want to bring it in. And this is very Eastern, very Asian as well. Lay everything out on the table during the early stages of dating. So don't keep things mysterious. A lot of people tend to hide their income or lie about their income or their job or self-importance. You know what I mean? A lot of people downplay it or overplay it. Lay it out on the table how it is, the reality of your situation. And yes, sometimes that might drive some people away, but the thing is, it will save so much time and also unnecessary heartaches or issues down the line. Some of my married friends that are now married and really happy, they talk about exactly how much money they earn. They're very transparent with how much money they have. Obviously, this is not on a first date. This is probably before entering a relationship. You know what I mean? Not freaking 1 year down the line, but before you're about to enter the relationship, do it as early as possible. Talk about your family plans, your future plans, how much money you make, how much money you spend, things like that. Get down to the nitty gritty, how many properties you have or investment properties, what your family's socioeconomic background is, the good and the bad, everything, the financial stuff, the things that you don't want to tell, any family issues, any physical issues, any health issues, lay it on the table. Lay that stuff on the table. Don't hide it from the other person because it will always bite you back. Don't be afraid to share it with the other person because if they can't handle it, they are not the person for you. Simple. But this is something that is so freaking good. I see really happy couples that trust each other so much. This was always said in the early stages of their relationship. What they expect, how many children they want, that stuff is so important. What university they went to, what grades they got in high school. It teaches you a lot about that person and it avoids a lot of red flags. It teaches you a lot about that person and you can tell from a realistic point of view too. This is something that is so overlooked, but it's so important. Check if they have any criminal histories. But a lot of arranged marriages work like this, and a lot of really successful and really long-standing happy arranged marriages also started like this too. And I think there's something to learn from those type of marriages. Obviously, there are good and the bad, but this is me extracting out the good for you guys. So you're welcome. And then this is number 6. This one, I was making this mistake, but it's a lot of people pray for love and pray for marriage and pray for the perfect partner, and their prayers go something like, dear God, dear Jesus Christ, give me the perfect person, and when the timing is right, I trust you. Even if it doesn't happen, I am still content with my life, but bring that person into my life when you think it's ready. I trust your timing. Some people pray like that. They pray for love, they pray for friendship, but a lot of people don't pray for the characteristics and the wisdom it takes to become someone that has that. You know what I mean? I watched this Jewish guy talk about how to talk to God about money. It was really fascinating because if there's anything that Jewish people are really good at, I really respect Jewish people for their ambition, I guess, their financial goals. I think Jewish people are really good at that, and taking financial advice from them. I mean, what's the harm in that? The guy in the video kind of talked about how you don't pray for money. Like, you don't pray for God to give you more money. You pray for the characteristics, the motivation. You pray for the ability, the brains, the wisdom, the intelligence to get it. You know what I mean? So it's the same with praying for a godly partner and praying for the perfect partner. It's praying for the characteristics and the wisdom and the traits and naming that, asking God for those traits and asking God to show you, to guide you, to become that person. This is kind of to direct you in a way, to give you more intention, help you see yourself better, how to see yourself more clearly. And we will never be perfect, but this will probably help give people a little bit more clarity and becoming more ready for the role that they're probably not expecting. And last but not least, be beautiful internally and externally. I think there's like a misconception and a stereotype that Christian people, Christian singles don't put enough effort into their appearance. I see it online a lot. I think I was kind of the same. There was just like 1 year after my latest really serious relationship. There was just 1 year where I was just like, screw it, no makeup for me, Obviously, I was trying to better my skin at the same time as well. And I think I was just shedding skin at the same time and just kind of healing and stuff. So I just didn't put any effort into my appearance at all. I was doing a lot of inner work, but the outer appearance was just completely neglected like 99% of the time. And I think once that period is gone, it's time to put more effort. And this is not to change ourselves, you know what I mean? Not to get surgery or anything like that, drastic changes, or like spend so much money on clothes or makeup and accessories. It's more like staying fit, being healthy, enhancing our already beautiful and natural features. And it's also not to say like flaunt your best features, like wear like flashy or showy clothes. I'm against that. I don't think we should do that, but it's more like putting more effort into our fitness, our diet, presenting ourselves in a way that's pleasant for others. In a way, it's also polite too. Don't overdo it, but definitely don't underdo it. The power of presentation is really important. A lot of my married friends tell me it's like hope for it, wish for it, pray for it, but also be active about it. Don't just sit back and think, oh my gosh, they're going to show up at the door. It's time to ignite that motivation. Don't be sitting on the fence. You know, don't be like, oh, I want it, but I don't really know and I don't really care. It's like if you want something, you know, if you want an education, you get it. If you were hungry, you get it. If you wanted to make money, you'd get it. So if you really want a partner, go get it. It's not desperation if you are doing it out of great intent, if you are being honest, if you are being your best self, if you're letting God lead it at the same time too. It's not being desperate. It's absolutely not. It's only desperate if you have some ulterior motives, right? If you are hiding something, if your intentions aren't godly and pure, then it would come off as kind of desperate and needy and kind of weird and creepy. But if you have the best of intentions, you're constantly doing the work, you are a good person, you just need to build up the confidence a little bit, put yourself out there, but go after what you want. Don't sit on the fence, otherwise you will regret it. Oh my gosh, that flash. Oh my gosh, I have goosebumps and chills. This is God agreeing with me. This is literally God agreeing with me. But yeah, go after what you want and best of luck. I hope you guys win in life. I hope you guys receive everything you deserve in life. But stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and bye.